The 20-second timer is a thing of the past, and Capcom has specifically called out desyncs as an issue being fixed in the surprise patch, and wow, what a surprise patch it is. Gang, the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection's been out for 2.5 months now, and it kind of felt like we were being ignored, despite the fact that the game sold over 1 million copies in less than 2 weeks and was basically impossible to find physically. I myself, and as well as many others, found a lot of issues with online play that we were absolutely begging them to fix, and let me tell you, they basically answered our prayers. If this patch is exactly as it says that it is, wow, we are in for some amazing tournaments, and as a tournament organizer, I am so excited to continue running them at the end of every month. I'm so excited for it. Gang, the 20-second timer was way too short. It was arbitrary, and it made very stressful situations 10 times more stressful. Gang, we all know that some sort of timer is very beneficial and super necessary to keep the pace of a game going. We don't want, little Johnny running to the restroom and taking a long break in the middle of an intense battle. That being said, wow, what a difference it is. This is essentially a 33% increase, and for folks who have not had the misfortune of having a timeout happen to them, if you have absolutely no time left in the custom screen, you will enter the next round of battle with 0 chips. You might think that some of the chips you've already selected would be entered in a battle. That is not the case, and you won't even get your cross or transformation. You are effectively back to the exact same turn while your opponent is able to progress their strategy. As you can imagine, it is horrifying to watch somebody who is in a very tense situation have to deal with this, and it's really rough to be in that situation yourself. I have timed out many a time. I am so looking forward to seeing how this change impacts everybody. And of course, we can't forget the desyncs themselves. It is a known fact that when you see chips from last turn and a cross transformation from last turn, that a desync has occurred, and therefore the rest of the match is basically invalid. We all know that Gregor does not want to be in the back row. Wait. Sanctuary? Did we roll back? Wait, did we just roll back? Wait, did we just roll back? Once again, as a tournament organizer, I have seen this happen many times. I've long pushed for people to use Ethernet cables and try to have the best internet connection possible. Of course, that doesn't always happen, and even in cases where you have the best internet, you can still get issues like this. So to see this directly addressed by Capcom themselves is amazing. Of course, time will see if this actually does affect it in a very meaningful way, but I have every reason to think that we can be optimistic about future tournaments. And of course, that's not even the extent of all the quality of life features we're getting in the surprise patch. One of the most common criticisms I saw about 2 months ago was the lack of a black border option. As we know, the Game Boy Advance screen is not 16:9. That means that as we extend the Game Boy Advance screen to be able to fit on a Switch or other modern consoles, we are going to be seeing some sort of leftover space. Now, in the past, we had to use a wallpaper, and while those wallpapers were pretty cool, it was a bit of an annoyance that you had to opt into something that might distract you or take you a little bit out of the game. That is no longer the case. We now have black borders. This was such an issue for fans that Steam versions of the game did already have a mod to enable this option, so it's really great to see that PlayStation 4 and Switch players will be able to use it as well. And hey, if you really enjoy having your Mega Man on your title screen speak to you in a different language, but were annoyed that you had to opt into that exact language as far as text goes, now you can keep English text while still having Rockman Sama be able to talk to you and say all sorts of wonderful things. I think that's a really fun and cute feature, and of course, there are so many other small and minor patches that do come into play, especially for older versions of Mega Man that are older than Battle Network 6. At the end of the day, the biggest takeaway is this: thank you, Capcom, for listening to the fans and giving us what we have been begging for. It makes you think if Capcom is paying attention to PvP, maybe we'll start seeing official events in the future, and even if we don't, you know that I've got a big promise to you, the community. I will continue to run end-of-the-month tournaments for Battle Network 6 and maybe even other Battle Networks one day, for as long as you, the fan base, is interested in watching them on Twitch. I am so excited to see that there will be so many better games as a result of these changes. As always, do check us out on Discord. We've got a very vibrant scene for the Legacy Collection, as well as Tango with our partners at the N1 Grand Prix. Definitely consider checking out their resources as well. As always, Scouts, let us know what you think, and I'll catch you soon.